uh, welcome back. Welcome back. Well, not welcome back. This is the first episode.
No, welcome back for some.
Welcome back for some.
Welcome the first time for probably a minute.
But this is episode 0.7 of the Millennial Mindset podcast. We'll explain what the 0.7 means in a little bit.
In a few. But for now, my name is Shun Robinson.
And I am Chauncey Reagan. We're your host of this wonderful podcast show. Okay. Well,
you know what though? You know, it is Black History. So
right.
It's a perfect time for the rehash of the millennial. You know, this is come join the Melanin movement. You know what I'm saying? We out here. It's our month. It's our time. It's our era. We doing nice things. We trying to do nice things. Trying to host a nice little social circle. You know, for you good gentlemen out there. For all, you know, I'm gonna have some advice for many.
Yes, we really trying to have a little community where we can have conversations about things that matter. I guess in the male space, specifically the Black male space, because I mean, as you can see, we're Black males. That's the only place we can really speak from for real.
That's where most of our perspective, well, all of our perspective comes from, you know, without personal experience.
So what's up? But
yes, sir.
Before we get into all that, let's go on and let's get. I'll let y'all know. We done been going through some stuff.
Trials and tribulations.
Because let me tell y'all, this isn't the first time we recorded this. This might not be the second time we recorded this.
Definitely not the second.
But we have been trying to do this jump for a little minute. It just seems like every step of the way there's been some type of basically. But you know, we persevering. We know we ain't the type to just give up.
No, definitely not. That's never that. And that's exactly what this space is for. We're gonna teach y'all a little few things. Come talk to the little learners. We're gonna give you all a brief introduction to ourselves. As I said, my name is Shun Robinson. I guess Shun is Wayne Robinson. He tried to, you know, speak on his middle name and whatnot on one of the previous episodes. I ain't gonna fall behind. But nothing too special about me. For those who have listened to the previous episodes, I was telling y'all I was in the process of trying to get another job. So I landed that job. I got hired at Macon Water Authority, which is basically my city's water utility company. So that's going to be my full-time job now. I was transporter at my local hospital, so I'm going to go. See you work. Oh. I see y'all. See, that's accountability, man. That's what it is. You gotta help the brother out. But yeah. So yeah, I'm going my transporter job. I'm going part-time. Starting my new job. Background check comes back in time. I'm not a criminal or anything, so it's gonna come back again. So just depending on if it comes back in time, I'll be starting on the 13th. So do that. As far as hobbies, do Muay Thai kickboxing, training Muay Thai kickboxing at my gym, one of the gyms here in Macon at Rush. That's been an experience. I love it. I've always been interested in martial arts from a young age. My father even did a little kickboxing and taekwondo when he was younger. So, you know, just always had that interest. And now that, you know, I've grown up, I have the time and money to do things on my own now. I just stepped out and it's been lovely ever since. I really love it. Train about 3 times a week. It's just a great feeling, great experience. It's de-stress, you know, get moving, all that good stuff. I think that's about it for me so far. I'm gonna turn it over to my co-host here, Chauncey.
Well, I'm Chauncey G. Reagan. I'll tell y'all what the G stand for. I'll tell you what the G stand for another day. But you know, I'm Chauncey. I am 25. I was going to say 26. I'm 25.
So am I.
And I mean, currently, I just kind of tell y'all what I'm doing right now. Currently, I am a logistics specialist 1 at this place called S&K Aerospace. And just to kind of sort of tell y'all what I do. We just kind of help get plain parts fixed, like just kind of from around the way. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I'm also a personal trainer at Crunch One Robin. So y'all trying to get in shape, just come hit me up. Y'all just hit me up. I got you. We're gonna get you right. And I ain't gonna have you dead either. Because I started that like not too long ago. I started at SNK like around July, and then I just started at Crunch like mid to late December, and I just really been enjoying it. It's kind of like what I do, and that's also my hobby. So I was like, shoot, I might as well try to make some money off my hobby. So once that opened up, I was like, I had my certification and stuff. I was like, let me try to get a job in there. Let me try to, just do what I like to do, but get paid for it. So it's been going pretty well. Been going pretty well. It's a slow increase, but
Just take time. That's all. Just started. Just got your feeling.
yeah, it's a process.
And every time I talk to him, I mean, every time he upstate, he has another client. So
Hey,
he's building slowly.
trying to get right. But shoot, what else you said? Did you say something else? I'm trying to make sure I covered all the points
we
you
talked
said.
about our hobbies, our jobs, and everything. But we got 2 jobs.
Okay.
Hobbies.
Well, shoot, I mean, yeah, we both do have 2 jobs, and
we out here trying to get it.
You right? Cause we at the point right now where we really got to make some stuff shake. And so, I mean, the best way to do that, have multiple streams of income. We'll talk to y'all about that one day. But
don't get to that.
That's pretty much what we're doing right now. I don't think I got anything else to tell y'all about right now. But if there's anything that y'all want to know, let me know. Let us know.
Leave a comment. Reach out on our socials. We'll plug those in the description. So I can't remember off the top of my head. We probably both can't. We don't get on social media like that. It's probably gonna be the most that you see us on social media from this avenue right here.
Trying to tell you.
So
we gonna make it happen though. Y'all gonna see some stuff on this.
I think that's about it for us personally. Let's move on into the actual podcast.
Okay, so Sir Shun.
Yes, sir.
What is the purpose of the Millennial Mindset podcast?
Well, the purpose of the Millennial Mindset podcast, so Chauncey, basically, we gave you a little brief description, mainly to create a community where we can open up discourse and effective habits of development within men. I think that's one of the bigger problems in today's society is men are not being men anymore. Just a total lack of us taking on an accountability for our responsibilities. And of course, as a man, to be an effective man, can't shirk your work, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get things done. So that's what we like to do. I don't think that how social media has it now is set up to where the conversation is the most positive.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main goals of here, creating a safer and a more effective space, a better space to, just talk. So I think that's really one of the big problems. We have to have conversations and talk. Everybody wants to throw each other under the bus. Nobody wants to self accountability. I'm talking about us guys. I'm starting with the guys on. So yes, that's one of the big things. So if we could just sit here and have a conversation as adults, I think we can actually get some.
Yes, and to piggyback off of what Sean said, we're also trying to drop little nuggets that we kind of picked up along the way, or little nuggets that we just kind of seen from reading or talking to people, so that other individuals, other young men can kind of pick them up, and hopefully pick them up earlier than we did.
Yeah.
Because we over here 25 picking this stuff up. We picked this stuff up in college. This would be a different story.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're still young. Like I said, we're both 25 each. Birthdays are like a month apart, so we're like the same age. I think we're learning at a decent rate. Actually, we're doing pretty good for ourselves at the current standing. Just whatever you learn, we like to take that and offer it to others so they can pick up on it as well and take that with them forward. This is what it's all about, just helping each other.
Right. Okay. So I guess we should go to the The first question.
First question.
Okay, so just to kind of preface and further reinforce kind of what the podcast is about, we're gonna answer this question: what does masculinity mean to us specifically? All right. So you start.
Well, I think effective, I'll say Black masculinity. I say Black just because there are different, it's kind of a different set of standards or rules that we're operating by just due to our history and upbringing, our culture and whatnot. So I think effective Black masculinity within us is basically reclaiming authority and leadership in order to bridge the gap between our community and society. The Black community as a whole is kind of taking the back seat, in for obvious reasons. And if we were to take a leadership position, to actually take the leadership position and come together, then I think that we men could, catch us back up to speed to the rest of society. If you look at other cultures, they're doing typically well. I mean, we all have our problems and differences and whatnot, but we're in a state of disarray. I think we could all agree on that. So I think that's our goal.
Okay, well, I got my answer together now. So Black masculinity to me, well, masculinity in general to me, really honestly just means holding yourself accountable for your situation. Because that's something that when you're a guy, that's just kind of what you're expected to do anyway.
Right.
But that's really what it is. Just holding yourself accountable for the situation you're in. Because supposed to be in the worst type of situation, but they'll blame this and that and this and that when it's up to you. Like your life is in your type of control. So that's really what you need to hold yourself accountable. Take accountability and do what you need to do to change it. And
Right.
It's not going to always be the fun thing. It's not going to always be what you want to do, but that's what you need to do. And to me, that's pretty much what masculinity is.
It's a
doing
slow process and it's a struggle, but it's worth it.
Exactly. Doing what you got to do. Okay.
That was something I was going to add. Oh, yeah. Well, I want to say that's also one of the purposes of this podcast, taking accountability. We'll elaborate more on that soon. But I wanted to preface that everything with this. We suck, and we know that we do. But we're taking the initiative to get our foot forward, placing our foot out there in the door, and doing something like this, sitting here and having these conversations and talking. So, I mean, we may trip up on our words a little bit, a little slight pauses, but it's not going to be perfect in the beginning, but you're going to see the growth. I promise you that, because we've gotten a lot better than the very first time we recorded. And we'll probably have some like clips and bloopers and everything. We'll probably include that if we can. But
yeah. Y'all don't act like y'all don't be slipping up on y'all words too.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how it go, you know what I'm saying? But we just feel like we have something to say, and might as well just say it and try to reach as many people as we can for real.
I feel like we can help. If I can touch one soul, and that's enough.
So, yeah.
If that one soul can go on and inspire others.
So, yeah, we can only help whoever we help. If we can help one person, that means we done did something right.
Right.
And I mean, it starts with little stuff like this. So
there's a proverb, it's one of my favorite proverbs. It goes, society does best when old men plant seeds of trees that they'll never see.
Yeah.
So basically it's like pass the torch, even though I know I may not personally benefit from, my help or my contributions, as long as it helps the grand scheme of things, that's enough for me. And it does better.
So yes, sir. But I mean, shoot, I feel like we pretty much touched a lot of what the podcast is going to be. And I mean, like I say, if y'all got more questions, if we weren't too specific enough, just let us know, but we can elaborate even more.
Right. Also, before we head out of here, but we wanted to touch on what we were saying earlier. This is a space promoting the accountability amongst men. So this is not in the grand scheme of the Manosphere that if you actually look into it, there are many positive things. There are also negative things as well. Of course, the way that social media goes, so just life in general, people tend to harbor and emphasize the negative aspects of everything. So you tend not to see the positive things going on in the background. But so one thing specifically would be, yes, in some spaces in the manosphere, they kind of downplay or criticize women. This is not the community or space for that. We're not talking about them, we're talking about us, because the only thing that we can do is take up for our own doings. So I mean, as long as we do what we're supposed to do, I think that along the line, down the line, everything will resolve itself anyways. Part of my definition of masculinity, we can bridge the gap, but we have to take action amongst ourselves first. So as long as we get ourselves together, get ourselves aligned and in order, then we can make that step. So I don't want to see you guys in the comments talking smack about, oh, she did this and putting blame on her and all that and other. What did you do? Even in situations where it's always three sides, your side, their side, and the truth. We want to see more of you speaking on your side, because you can improve. And as long as you improve on the things that you can improve on, you will see those improvements along the way. You will be a better you. That's the only thing that you can actually do at the end of the day, because that's the only thing that you're actually able, that you can account for.
Yes. And to follow up on what Shun was talking about, even though we are talking specifically to men, women can also, like, you can pick something up from this too.
Yeah, y'all can chime in.
Like, y'all can chime in. This is a place where we can have conversations, and this is a place where y'all will hopefully be able to get some insight on like how guys think.
Right.
Because I mean, it's hard to know what a guy is thinking unless you're a guy. I mean, and they probably won't tell you based on just how stuff has been going. So I mean, this is a good place to kind of hear the conversation that you may not necessarily hear from a guy, unless they're just being really real with you. And there's a few people who will, but oftentimes they're not. So I mean, this is a place we can get some unique insight.
Right. You'll never have 100% understanding of a perspective that you're not living yourself. Like, we'll never, be able to truly and fully understand things that you all go through as women. You just won't. You can tell us all day, I can see it all day, but unless I live that and experience that on my own, I just don't have, the perspective that you have.
Yeah.
So
pretty much
all I can do is take it in account, take it in stride, and add that along to how I'm moving.
Right.
In my interactions.
Okay. But to kind of go back to what Shun previously spoke about the manosphere, we, specifically us, because there are those crazy ones, are the ones who are like a bit more negative. We're trying to be on the more positive side of the manosphere. We're trying to be some people who are just focusing on helping men and just helping the general population. Like, we're not gonna sit here and try to bash people. None of that stuff right there. We're just trying to see what we can do better, basically.
Right.
That's all. We're not gonna be all on the red pill side saying this and that, and oh, women do this, women do that, women do this, women do that. Like, that ain't even really our place to speak on. So we're not finna speak on it.
Right.
I mean, just plain and simple.
Whatever women are doing, that's what women are doing. But what are you doing?
Exactly. How are you?
The only thing that you can take control of.
Exactly. Because when you take control of your stuff, then what you want is it gonna start coming to you, because you making it come to you at that point.
Right. So I mean, if you like to delve further into the manosphere, there are some good things. They talk about good bit of talk about fitness and finance, things like that. Good bit of portion in talking about mental health. Men typically struggle with that a lot. So we're gonna have an episode further on that. On that later on as well, because we want to really touch on that and give some of our insights that we can contribute. But yeah, there are good things in the manosphere. I say just that all the negative things kind of take the front stand. But if you sift through all the BS and whatnot, you can find some valuable content that you can take and further improve yourself. So when you hear Manosphere, try not to just, just dismiss it, initially dismiss it without, actually seeing what it's about.
Yes.
If you see something that you're liking, chances are you're just on the wrong side.
Because we have told people that we have a podcast and folks are like, oh, y'all finna be talking about women?
Men can't even say they have a podcast without getting dirty books. Now, as soon as you say podcast,
that's not us. That's not us. There's two sides to every coin, and we're on the good side. Please, just stick around, and y'all will see what we're talking about.
Some talk.
Okay, but I feel like we pretty much hit everything on the docket as far as our upload schedule. We're gonna try to do. Well, not we're gonna try to do. We're gonna do. Once a week. Consistency is key. And we finna be consistent with this junk. It took us this long to get it going. We finna be consistent with this junk, especially if y'all knew all this little stuff that had been going wrong. We don't got a choice at this point but to be consistent. Since we got everything working now.
We have like a handful of episodes recorded actually. Some are still up, I think, on Apple, right?
Yeah.
And Spotify just deleted our existence. They just dropped the new one. They said be gone. Totality. So, this is why this is the rehash. We've been working on it. Like, so we have social media pages and everything. Just sent out an update probably like last week on IG telling people that we've been working on it. We're not lying to you guys. We kind of been I've not been trying. I haven't really been telling too many people just because I've been seeing like the struggles that we've been going. Chauncey has been working his ass off pushing us. So
sucks.
I mean, he's been doing it. And we're not trying to let y'all down, man. It's not us. We're not lazy. We're not being lazy. We're not being unproductive. We just meeting the hard rock every time. But we're trying to work through all the problems, trying to troubleshoot everything that we can so that we can actually push this content out to y'all. Because we feel like we have some good stuff that we can share. Not the best stuff, maybe, but some good stuff indeed. And I think it can help at least a few people out there.
So, if everything, here we stand. We still here,
Yeah.
Some shoes. But, yeah, I think we done hit everything for today.
So, all hearts and minds are clear.
Yes, sir. But, if everything is good to go, this was episode 0, the rehash, the redo. I'm one of your hosts, Chauncey Reagan. To the right of me, to the left, maybe on the all screen to the left.
Whatever y'all looking at, listening, whatever ear it's in, Shun Robinson.
We hope y'all
the Millennial Mindset podcast.
We hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day, night, whenever y'all listening to this. Peace out
and prosper.